people a better idea of how I intended the system to work. So first of all, it's a collateralized stablecoin. That means tokenized assets whose value are expected to remain constant in some unit. So if it's a dollar stablecoin and you have 10 of it, you're expecting its value to remain stable at $10. These assets have a backing asset, in this case XRP. That means that there is something that is supposed to guarantee its value. Now, in some of those systems, you can actually redeem the stablecoin for the backing asset. In some, you can't. What's interesting about this proposal is that the stable coins are perfectly liquid to XRP at face value on the ledger. So in other words, if you have a dollar in a dollar stable coin designed on the system, what you have is a $1 claim on XRP enforceable by the ledger's payment mechanics. And the reason that that's important is with some other stablecoin designs, if the stablecoin isn't popular, it won't necessarily be liquid. If it's not listed on an exchange, if it can't easily be deposited and withdrawn, it won't be that useful. By the design of this system, the stablecoins can be offered through the on-ledger decentralized exchange, and they spend like XRP. So you don't need to find some way to make them liquid. You can just spend them right on the ledger. And of course, they can be pegged to anything that someone can provide a price feed on. Fiat currencies are probably what people typically think of, like dollars and euros or whatever. But they can also be pegged to things like stocks or precious metals or any other value source. As long as someone can provide a price feed for it, you can have a stablecoin pegged to that value.
The Cryptoteacher, and that was David Swartz speaking about the XRPL. Now, I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. It is only 2 weeks old, so please help me grow the channel so I can give you this original content and research. Now, going over what David Schwartz has said, and that video I'm going to put in the description. It's actually one of the best videos you can possibly listen to so you can understand where the financial market is going. Only thing he basically said is that it's going to be the XRP is basically going to be attached to a stable currency or commodity, and it's this all in IOU. It's the same system that we have right now. It's just moving over to a digital format. So basically, I wanted to go over 2 items, which is very important to David's video. Now, we have, this was dated back in October of last year. We have Trump and Reagan's staffer. And that's what you have to remember, that majority of these politicians have been in there for over 30 years. So that's the reason why you have these corporations like BlackRock and Blackstone having trillions of dollars in assets over a 30-year period, because it's the same people that's running the same lobbyists. But going over this article here, this is Frax. This is a fractional reserve-backed stable coin. And basically that was introduced by Stephen Moore. Now, Stephen Moore basically was a Federal Reserve nominee. So this coin is going to be launched within the next few months. So only thing they would have to do is what David just said, attach it to XRPL. And we all know that Ripple XRP is the plumbing, but you need every country is going to have its own stable coins. Now, another stable coin to talk about that actually no one is speaking of, but is actually the most important, which is the SGA SDR back coin, and no one is speaking of it. It's already launched, and I think they only launched maybe 90,000 of the actual circulation. So it's backed by the SDR. And SDR, of course, is the special drawing rights of the IMF. So it's nothing but a replica digital format. And this, of course, too, is going to be attached to that. But I did this quick video, so therefore you can see that the whole puzzle is coming together. So this SGA is backed by London. Of course, the Bank of England runs everything. If you don't understand that, do your research. But the Bank of England, London, they run the whole system. But if you go back just a little history when it comes to the dollar, if you ask most people what is a dollar, they can't tell you what it is. And the dollar, if you look up the definition of a dollar, I think it's back 1792 Coinage Act. The dollar is actually a silver coin, a piece of silver. So that's the reason why you seeing the names stablecoin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, because it's nothing but trying to transition over digital but still keep the same terminology for legal purposes. So that's the reason why the original money that we have right now can't go anywhere, just based on the Constitution. But what they can do is turn around the terminology. But it's the same banks that are controlling all of this. And that's why I say you have to play chess. That's what I went over the swing trading. The market is going up and down because of Tether. Tether is the one who is blowing the market up and decreasing it. So therefore, if you know that, you can make your money. Whatever coin you have, it doesn't matter what coin you have, all of them are pumping and dumping. So that's very important. But the SGA, I think it launched this month. I think it launched on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken, maybe a couple of days before that. But this coin is the most important coin that was launched, and you didn't hear anything about it. Not one word. So I did post a link there. It's actually called Saga, but the token is SGA token. But it's backed by the SDR. So special drawing rights of the IMF, and we all know that's the most important. So, but just like I said, thank you for supporting this channel. I'm always going to give you the original content, the best information. Take this and run with it, because this is very, very important. And just like I said, thank you for subscribing. Don't forget, I'm on Twitter, BTC Teacher, Facebook, Instagram, same thing, BTC Teacher. And then also, don't forget my website, btcteacher.com. Get the book, especially if you have new beginners that don't know a lot about the market. Get the book, support us on Kindle and in regular paperback form. And you have a great day.